Kaieteur Radio.
Covering Guyana from coast to coast.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Berbice 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
It is 12 hours 5 in Guyana and right across the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to your main newscast for today, Sunday, February 19th, 2023. My name is Joshua Van Slyckman. Thank you for joining us. We tell you now that the government of Ghana has found itself in a dispute with British oil producer Tullow Oil over $387 million of taxes the company is trying to avoid paying. How this matter plays out between Tullow and the West African Republic is of critical importance for policymakers in Guyana. Tullow Oil has interest in its oil blocks offshore Guyana, and it is the operator of the Orange Oak block with a 60% interest. It also has a 37.5% interest in the Kanuku block, which is operated by Repsol. Ghana's experience could teach a salient lesson about the extent to which wealthy oil elites will go to deprive the developing jurisdictions in which they operate of the hundreds of millions in revenues that could lift communities out of poverty. Meanwhile, Guyana's Vice President Barra Jagdeo has revealed to Reuters that the PPP government plans to take back 20% of the Stabroek oil block this year and remarket it by 2024. Importantly, the relinquished portion will be that which ExxonMobil has not explored or make a discovery. He reportedly told Reuters in a recent report that the ExxonMobil-led consortium missed investment deadlines for portions of the block not under exploration or development. He said too that this would be illegal for Exxon to sit on portions of the blocks which have not yet been utilized. Chartered accountant and attorney at law Christopher Ram had previously pointed out that Exxon should actually be relinquishing 75% of the block instead of 20%. He said the company is able to hold onto a large portion of acreage due to a loophole in the law that was exploited by both the coalition and PPPC governments. In other news, for the next 20 years, Ghana will be saddled with an annual debt of $106 million to pay back costs associated with developing the gas-to-energy project. This was revealed on Wednesday during the International Energy Conference and Expo, when project head Winston Brassington provided delegates with an update on the project and expected financial gains from the venture. Based on his presentation, it is understood that the Wales gas-to-energy project has surpassed $2 billion mark, now totaling 424 trillion Ghana dollars. This is more than half of the country's total debt, and according to statistics from the end of 2022, these statistics show the country's total public debt stood at $3,654.9 million at the end of last year. Which was not made clear, however, is how the country would manage to pay back these expenses should there be an incident that puts the project out of operation, such as an explosion. Meanwhile, 17-year-old Bibi Sophia Mohammed is dead while her sister 16-year-old Maria Mohammed is currently hospitalized after their electric bike collided with a truck on the public road, the Collingen Public Road on the east coast of Demerara. Reports are that on Friday around 17 hours 30, a motor lorry driven by Rickford Beckles of Annandale was traveling north along the western side of the road when the accident occurred. The driver reported to police that as he approached the main road, he stopped and observed the traffic before going into the access road. Beckles recounted that as he drove off, he felt his lorry bump up, and when he came out, he saw two girls lying on the road next to an electrical cycle. He's assisted police with investigations. In other news, police on the east coast of Demerara are currently investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of Suraj Paul Etwaru, a construction worker who was chopped and stabbed to death on Friday at Good Hope. According to police reports, the incident occurred sometime around 17 hours 30 at the Sideline Road, Good Hope. An eyewitness reported to the police that she was on the Sideline Road opposite her home when she saw the suspect, a resident of Stanley Town, West Bank, Demerara, come across a bridge north from where she was sitting on a pedal cycle. The woman told police that she then saw a man approach the suspect, and in doing so, the suspect went to his pants waist, causing the man to run away. The suspect then rode his cycle past her, heading south on the road. According to the woman, about 4 minutes later, she saw the man and Etwaru on separate pedal cycles armed with a baton and cutlass, heading in the suspect's direction. Shortly after, she saw them return heading north, and she reported that the suspect came out from a cross street and headed to Etwaru's direction, where they confronted each other. It isn't clear what caused the altercation between them, but the woman reported that Etwaru and the suspect got off their cycles while the other man ran into the woman's yard. The eyewitness said she saw Etwaru chopping at the suspects with the cutlass while the suspect pulled out a knife from his waist and retaliated. Meanwhile, Vice President Bara Jagdeo has disclosed that the PPP government is keen on engaging the Brazilian administration as well as his state-run company Petrola SA on exploring Guyana's oil block. This was first reported by Reuters following its exclusive interview with Vice President Jagdeo, and in the report seen by Kaieteur, the Vice President is quoted as saying that the administration wants Petrobras to be involved here. Jagdeo said he's waiting on his old political ally, Luiz de Silva, to settle in, having only started his third term in January. And finally, at this time, Ghana on Friday wrapped up its 4-day International Energy Conference and Expo, held this year under the theme Harnessing Energy for Development. The country in 2015 discovered sweet crude in commercial quantities and swiftly moved to production by 2019, half the time that such activities usually take to commence. As Ghana races to produce its oil and gas resources, however, it has been cautioned on multiple occasions to be aware of environmental impacts that can result from such operations. Most recently, Dr. Paulette Bino, Deputy Dean of Graduate Studies at the University of Ghana, offered her advice on the importance of environmental, social, and governance during a panel discussion on Day 2 of the Energy Conference. She zoomed in on the theme of this year's event during her remarks, seeking to underscore the point: we are harnessing something that the environment offers. And with that, we've come to the end of your main newscast on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. My name is Joshua Van Sleckman. Thank you for joining us.
She will make you so shy.